to the tropics where the grey, gloomy, and cold weather of Denmark cannot reach you. On this video we not only share what our experience was like, but we will also share some tips on how you can survive the driving culture here. We are from Denmark and there is a lot of adjustment and relearning we had to do to drive safely in Thailand. As you can see, there are so many places to explore in Phuket by land and by sea. Being able to drive was an advantage for us. We were able to rent a motorbike from our landlord for only 200 baht daily and explore the island at our own pace. Not pressured by time and not too conscious about commute fees. So here's Sean, and he's going to tell you more in detail about what he thinks are the best tips for you to drive in Phuket.
Good, beautiful one morning from the land of smiles in Southeast Asia. We are happy to share this video with you in Thailand, Phuket, where the traffic is pretty insane from what we are used to. We rented a motorbike here and drove around in the traffic. So we drove around Phuket, especially Phuket town, where there are more traffic. So aside from that you drive on the left side, there are many differences in the traffic culture here. So if you drive like the way you used to, there might be a slight chance you will get bumped from behind because they're pretty aggressive here. They come from every corner. All of a sudden someone will show up, so pay a lot of attention in the traffic. We hope this video can help you to drive safely and you one day come here and drive. Alright, the trip is starting. Phuket, Thailand. We are about to drive. On the left side, and there is of course coming traffic from every side here. Watch out, look everywhere. One of the big difference from the European countries to Thailand here is that the way they drive here is who comes first goes first. So it's not always that people are following all the rules. You're turning to the right, taking care there is no traffic. A lot of mountains here, going uphill, also very windy. The best thing is to keep left. It's not recommended to be in a hurry. It's too risky. Let the traffic from your right passes you, they will overtake you from your right, which is not allowed, by the way, in many European countries. We have a speed sign coming up on maximum 50. Here's the speed limit sign, 50. But it's rarely that people will be driving the speed limit. Well, it's very windy. So right now we are driving around 50, but as you can see, many people are overtaking us. The blue sign that you just saw with the arrow is helping and reminding you to keep left. There are many accidents happening here because people forget to keep left and they drive on the right side. That is very dangerous. Going down on a steep hill, slowing down to approximately 30. As you're seeing the car in front, driving in the middle of the full solid lines. Now remember, we are not allowed to do that in Denmark. Yeah, we are taking a little break here to tighten the helmet.
And also check this out.
All right, we had a little stop over here to adjust a few settings here. It's very windy today. Hopefully the sound is a bit better now, so you guys can hear more clearly. Alright, so we are driving the speed limit again, 50. And as you can see, many cars are still overtaking us. So we have a lane changing coming up here, the rule of lane changing. Observe behind, watch out for traffic. Now look at that motorcycle and the car in front. Always pay attention, we have one more motorcycle crossing the full solid lines, which is totally not allowed back home in Denmark. One more motorcycle coming in front of you. And one more crossing the solid lines. It's very dangerous maneuver. Be careful. Make sure there is no traffic if you are planning to do that. Not recommended though. We are approaching the roundabout and we are gonna take the first exit in the roundabout to the left. We are observing the traffic from the right. Seems clear. Well, actually it's never really clear, but it was safe to go. That's how they drive here, the locals in Thailand. Like mentioned earlier, the one comes first goes first. If you're hesitating unnecessarily, there's a slight chance you might be bumped from the back. So find a good balance of not being in a rush and also not be hesitating. So let's reach the speed limit again on 50. Otherwise, there's a slight chance you might get bumped from the back. What is very interesting here is when you approach a traffic light, the motorcycles, for some reason, they have a priority that they can go ahead of all these cars and position in front if the light was red. There's a specific area in front of all these cars by mostly all traffic lights, and it says bike. We just passed it here, but it's very hard to see. I think it was a bit deleted. Yeah, the paint was not really visible. But it's highly recommended that you use that spot past all the cars, but be careful. The sight distance when you're passing these cars might be very little, and then there is a slight chance you might hit your knees or your feet on the side. Alright, how many lanes are you seeing ahead of you? Well, the way the traffic is here is as many cars that can fit. That is how many lanes there is. So this could be 2 lanes, it could also be 3 lanes. Still recommended to keep left for your own safety. Would you like to overtake? It's not recommended like the motorcycle in front. That is a very dangerous maneuver. Let's take an example of overtaking. Okay, so it's better to stay in the middle of the overtaking lane. As you can see, the black car on your left side, it's already a bit on your lane. And then I recommend you to move back again. Use your signal for your own safety. So now we are getting overtaken again by the same car that we just were overtaking earlier. But we are not in a hurry, so we will keep the speed limit on 50 and then follow the traffic. Okay, traffic light is out of order. Be aware, as you can see on the left side, there's a van trying to come out, and the Grab motorcycle here was about to come in front of you. So all these things, it's very different from what you're probably used to where you drive in your country. One more motorcycle with a lot of, like a passenger and a lot of goods. They might take a slight chance coming in front of you, being impatient. Okay, so you have the yield sign painted on the road. Most of you are hopefully familiar with that one. Give way duty to both sides. The traffic light is changing, and let's have a look here. So we are now allowed to move to the stop line furthest ahead, and the cars behind you will take the first stop line and wait there. So were you turning right, then it would be okay to go, but now the light is changing. So right now all the motorcycles here where we are now will have priority to go ahead. And then they have a thing here that approximately 3 seconds before the light is changing, there is normally a countdown timer. Normally approximately 3 seconds before, most of the motorcycles will be long gone already, even though the light is red. Not recommended. You never know who's coming from the right or left side. But it's green now, so we can move. Everyone is in a hurry, as you can see. Suddenly a door opens. Again, pay attention. There could have been traffic behind you, and then there's a risk that you might hit the cars behind you. We have one more car, parked car on the left, so we are paying extra attention. Look at that, suddenly braking, a car is coming out. So we are not allowed to overtake from the left here, that's why we are slowing down. But this is what we would normally do back home in Denmark. We would slow down to not overtake from the wrong side. I'm not sure if that's a good idea here. As you could see, people are overtaking you like really close to you. So everyone is in a hurry in front. Pay attention. Traffic light is approaching. It's still green. We can go. Look to both sides anyways, just to check. Shall we overtake the car here? Yeah, we should do that. Keeping a safe distance and then moving back again. Once again, recommended to keep left and keep your distance also to the traffic in front. Never drive too close, it's too dangerous. Alright, as you can see ahead of you, there's a countdown timer. 70 seconds until the light goes green. We have a lot of tourists in front that is probably not sure about what to do. So the right thing would be try to pass safely and go ahead. Try not to stay behind, but make sure your distance here on the right and left side. And then try to go ahead of all these cars. That is how the locals do here. It will be most safely thing to do. We are now going ahead of all these cars. In this way we are more safe. When the light goes green, once again, try to accelerate a bit quick, just to the speed limit. Don't be too slow and try to move to the left as soon as the light changes. We have a lot of traffic behind us and they are probably in a hurry. So looks like a tourist is overtaking us from the left side, which is not allowed, but watch and observe and then you shall move to the left. It's highly recommended. Speed limit 50 again. As you can see, almost no one is going 50. They're all going with a lot more than 50. So the sideline here on your left, most of the places it's for you who's following the speed limit. Keep to the left. You can cross the sideline. It's more safe. That's how the locals do here. So since we have a little space over the sideline, we will cross it and then we will try to move ahead of the traffic if the light was red, but it's now green. You can see it says clearly bike on this spot here. So that is made for the motorcycles or cyclists. Alright, looks like we are heading into a turning lane. We will use a little bit of the turning lane and then move ahead of the traffic in front, but trying not to block the turning lane. So we are now using the spot here where it says bike. This is totally safe. Make sure to check your surroundings. Countdown timer on top saying 15, 14. If you look in the mirror here, you can see they're very close behind you and they're in a hurry. So let's go and observe on the left, pulling to the left. we are using the left side lane here so that those who are in a hurry can overtake us more safely with a good distance. Looks like we have some tourists on the right side that are a bit confused. They was trying to overtake and then still they were hesitating. Now in that case it's better to stay behind if you're not sure. We are again borrowing a little bit of the turning lane in order to go ahead of the traffic. Try not to block the turning lane, make sure it's safe, move on in front of the traffic. The locals normally passes the stop line slightly, which we are about to do, and then it will be more safe for you to move over here into the more to the right side. But once again, pull into the left once it gets green. The gas stations here are very interesting. When you need to fuel up, oh look at that, the light is red and people are still going. Now be careful on that one. We will go when it's green. Yes, I was saying that the petrol stations are really interesting here. When you need to refuel, you'll just go into the gas station and they will take care of it. You don't need to do much. Just tell them for how much you like to refuel and they will do it for you. It's a really good service. You might tip them if you like. Maybe 20 baht or something, which is like less than €1. But that is totally up to you. Who would not be happy to get a little bit tip? All right, we have a situation here, an oncoming motorcycle on the wrong side. We have a little bit space on the left here, but since the traffic is moving, we will now just follow now the traffic. All right, let's go right on the next traffic light. It's really interesting to do a right turn here. Once again, you can borrow the straight lane. That's how the locals do. We are now borrowing the straight lane. Try not to block the traffic. Those going straight, there might be a slight chance that they will hit you. You can slightly pass the stop line. Oh, anyways, now the light is going green, so never mind. Look behind, make sure. Okay, there's a green arrow, so you could go land on your left side. Make sure to aim for the left side after turning right. There was a slight danger there. The car was about to park and then all of a sudden also wanted to move out again. Pay attention. One more door is opening. Oi! People are doing U-turns. So when you drive here, you really have to focus on your driving. Don't start checking your smartphone and stuff like that. It can easily cause an accident. At all time also wear your helmet. There are strict rules here and there is a lot of checkups. So not only because of the fine, wear your helmet, but mostly for your own safety. Overall, they're pretty routine. The drivers here, they're pretty good in taking care of each other. But when accidents happen, they can happen in seconds. So as you can see, the motorcycle in front is trying to, probably a delivery guy trying to find an address. Back home we will pull in and check more clearly without causing inconvenience to the traffic. He's now parking without the indicator. One more thing that is not allowed back home, always use your indicator signal and then do a stopping. Oh, one more spot here for the bikes. And the funny thing is that the cars are actually now using that spot. So here you kind of just create your own rules. That's how the locals are doing. So let's try to turn right again, borrowing the lane going straight, and then we shall move to this bike spot here, but we will slightly cross this stop line. That's how the locals will be doing it. It's more safe for you if you're riding the motorcycle. Are you driving a car, then you shall stay behind the traffic as you saw before. Pedestrians crossing, give space, but look behind also, because you don't know if they are actually slowing down to give space to the pedestrian. So a slight risk there also. Back home we would normally stop for the pedestrians. Well, not everyone, but the rule says that you must, as a driver, you must stop for the pedestrians when there's a pedestrians crossing. You're probably not used to it. Well, if you were the pedestrian, it's rarely people will stop. Everyone is in a hurry, right? So, and most of the accidents, they actually happen because people are in a hurry. Let's do a left turn here. Left turn, checking behind. Speed limit 25. This is gonna be interesting if the people are really following the... We have already one overtaking us. We are driving roughly 25. I guess they're not used to any speed controls here. So most of them are overtaking us at the moment. Kind of hard also to stick to 25 here. So big, huge roads, and for now no danger, but we shall still keep the speed limit. It might be some school, high school area with children, and children are unpredictable, and that's why you shall always pay extra attention. Lane narrowing. The sign back home, it will be a warning sign, a red sign, triangle. Here it's yellow, like the bananas. Alright, I wonder if the speed limit is still 25, but since we are seeing no signs, let's keep it on 25. Remind yourself all the time to drive on the left side of the road. After a turn, you could easily forget and be coming on the right side if you are from the most of the European or other countries where we drive on the right side. Are you from the UK? Then it might be different, or India. Then it's the same, of course, as Thailand. The Grab motorcycle you're seeing in front is a really good service they have here. They will deliver food to you most of the day, most of the night, and they'll be arriving to you with the food probably faster than if you had to go on your own. And they charge you approximately less than 50 cents euros for the delivery, but I think they're used to getting a little bit tip, so that's why they are always busy also. But it's really good service, it's highly recommended. Let's go left. Okay, checking the traffic, looks all clear from both sides. All right, since we are seeing no speed limit sign, let's go around 40 to 50. Traffic light. Let's slightly, as the locals, pass this stop line a little bit so that the cars behind us won't bumping into us. Yes, you can see a local here. We're passing a left turn here. So it says actually on the sign that we are allowed to do that. So let's go for it. You turn left with caution. So if you are coming to a traffic light intersection, it's not everywhere, but in this case there was a sign saying that you can actually turn left with caution, which means you don't need to wait for the green traffic light if you're going left only, of course. Not something that we are used to in Denmark. Alright, we will now turn right, and for some reason the traffic in front looks like they're driving on the wrong side of the road. I guess they were trying to make it before the light changed. It's probably a long traffic light, this one here. What to do meanwhile? Yeah, observe around, look behind, because people will come from every corner here next to you, very close. Look at the blue sign, the round blue compulsory directional sign. Look for those while you're waiting. You have 87 seconds before the light will turn again, apparently. So the blue compulsory directional sign is reminding you, now since you're turning right, pass the sign on its left, not on the right. Then you'll be driving against the traffic. If you're lucky, you will get the green arrow signal, and that will mean that you can turn without holding back for anyone, but still check behind and around that no one is passing their red light. Back home in Denmark, we would, on most turns, especially the left turns in Denmark, because we drive on the other side, we would go in the middle and then wait for oncoming traffic to pass. Alright, 3 seconds to go. As you can see, the traffic is moving already, but we will move now. So looks like there's no green arrow, but at the same time the oncoming traffic is actually holding back. So we would assume they have the red traffic light, but just make sure. So we have some in front here, traffic in front, trying to turn in front of us. As you saw, they were kindly waiting, but you cannot always be sure about that. Let's go to the left here. And as you can see, there's a McDonald's here also. Surprise! And KFC. The pizza company on your right side is highly recommended to try it out. You won't regret it. Okay, so this is interesting. The lane is saying only right. Okay, be careful, look ahead. There's a sign saying no entry. Okay, now what do? There's a car on your left also trying to move out. If I were you, I recommend you to come to somewhere over here by the stop line. Make sure there's no traffic. And estimate that the red car is far enough, because if you are hesitating, then they might bump into you from the back. Okay, we are doing a little bit parking here, starting the indicator and pulling in.
So, that's it. Driving in Phuket can be challenging, but let it not limit you exploring the beautiful island. Thank you for watching our video, and we hope you come back to our channel for more information on driving. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, leave your thoughts in the comments section. See you around. Cheers!